Say it with me. 1, 2, 3, boom!
Boom.
What's going on, everybody? Hello. Welcome to a Evening With episode here on Fans of Something. We're really going to try to differentiate the Evening With stuff from the Fans of Something Live stuff, because at this point, it's literally just the same exact format with a different title. So we're going to try to differentiate those going forward.
I thought of having like more of a structure with this one, like maybe we had questions prepared. Didn't this time.
Yeah, no, no, like we're still in the working progress, but we just wanted to drop that here. Like it is going to happen at some point. There's going to be a difference between those two segments. But yeah, like this is going to be more of no offense to anyone that ends up on Fans of Something Live. This is for this is a little more, what's the word? Prestigious, I guess you could say. Because everyone we've had so far feels a little more like, you know what I mean?
Well, was the Terminator thing? No, that was
the Terminator thing was just a watch along.
Oh, so
yeah.
I don't know.
So that's its own thing too.
Yeah.
So, Mike's right here.
I know. I'm thinking. I don't think anybody wants to hear me go.
So going forward, that's what's going to happen. But tonight, it's just as it is. We have an incredible person on who is doing the fantastic work that we have become big fans of lately, and that is turning modern films, contemporary, right? That's the word, contemporary, into classic VHSs. And we've stumbled across a couple other people that do it as well. And Tyler is, I think, one of the just right at the top there, because the art is insane. The fact that so this is what we have here, right? In case you didn't see the video that we posted,
go see the video anyway.
Go check out that video. That video is gonna kind of do like a in-depth review on these things. Tonight we're gonna bust these open, so it's not as in-depth during the video, because kind of wanted to save that for tonight. Just kind of crack them open, slip the tapes out and everything. But we do have a video talking about these. And it's awesome stuff, man. So we're excited to have him on tonight. He's continuing from Modern Home Video. They know each other. We're going to find out how well they know each other. Are they roommates?
They were roommates.
No, that'd be kind of cool if they were. But let's quickly say hello to whoever's joining us tonight, and then we're going to bring him in. We got, let's see, who do we got here? We got Judd. Good old Judd. Hello. We got Laren. Let's talk tapes. I like that.
Are we colliding with Mika's stream right now? Mika and Kira's stream right now?
You're any day of the week you're colliding with a stream at this point.
I don't know. I feel like that's like a big one at
Oh
the moment.
well. Hey Ed, Haley, Tyler, what's going on, buddy?
Hello.
More VHS talk. Yee. Yes, love the VHS talk. How are you this evening? We're good, Adrian. How are you? Let's see who else. We got Kevin in here joining.
Kevin.
I love the lowercase. Everybody saying hey to everybody. Cool. All right. Curious to see if Barbarian has the actual movie in it. We will get to that shortly. That would be awesome if it was, Nadia. So yeah, let us know. And we're going to bring up the website and everything. Let us know if you have checked out Tyler's stuff. Of course, it is linked down below in the description box. Click that link. It'll take you right over. And the really cool thing about that is until April 12th, use this code right here, and you're going to get 20% off your order. Doesn't matter if you order 1 tape, 20 tapes, you're going to get 20% off it. So the more you order, the bigger the discount. I think that's how that works, right? The more you order, the bigger the discount. I think that's how that plays out.
Yeah.
I'm not good with math, but we're going to leave this thing up right here all throughout the stream. So let's bring him in because you're not really here to hear us talk. You're here to hear us talk with the guy who we're here to see tonight, and that is Tyler. What's going on, dude?
Hello. That is a crazy intro, by the way. I'm very nervous from that. You hyped me up a little too much, I think.
I hyped you up a little too much?
Yeah.
I don't think. Look, dude. I think the
You're doing
hype
the
is
Lord's
worthy.
work.
Yeah, you're doing the Lord's work today.
I mean, saying I'm like up there though, ooh, that's a lot of pressure.
So, okay, I guess that's a good jumping off point. That's a good jumping off point because how saturated is this space of people doing what you're doing? Is it a lot of people or is it like a niche
Um,
group?
well, obviously it's very niche just because it is VHS.
Mhm.
So just off the bat, it's niche. But I would say, I mean, from the time that I started doing this, I definitely am starting to notice a lot more people getting into it.
Okay.
Um, but I mean, there were people before me. There's obviously going to be people after me. Um, it is definitely a growing community. So,
Cool. Yeah. I mean, look, Adrian was the first that I had stumbled across.
mhm,
And shortly thereafter, I think is when I saw his video of your, like him doing an unboxing of your
mhm,
stuff and then checked out your page. And I was like, oh, so they're doing like a mutual thing here,
right.
supporting one another kind of thing. So I was like, who the hell's this Tyler guy? So then boom, here we are tonight. And then from that point on, I've come across some other people that that do the
Mhm,
same thing, but it's like maybe 4 or 5 people that I've
mm.
discovered. So
Yeah, I saw. I don't know exactly what post it was, but I did see that you commented on Katie's one of her stuff.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I
Katie,
I would say she's the top. Like,
she's the top.
yeah, she is the top. Like nobody does it better than she does.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, we actually have she's going to be coming on not for something like this. She's going to be coming on for a totally different stream that we have planned, but
Oh, so you
'cause
guys did get her. Oh, that's awesome.
it's going to have nothing to do with like her talking about the tapes or anything. Yeah,
Oh, okay,
it's just she's like one of the guests on there.
gotcha.
But yeah, I checked out her stuff and
Oh yeah,
I like what she does with the like taking the genre and twisting it kind
and
of thing.
twisting it. Yep.
Yeah, it's really cool. And she actually follows you.
Yeah.
She doesn't follow me. I don't know.
Oh.
That's
I don't know
funny.
what's going on with that. Follows Tyler. She follows you.
Yeah.
I'm left in the dust. But whatever. I
Which
don't
is
care.
funny because you organize everything.
Which is funny because I'm the one that reaches out. So, anyways, we're gonna get rid of this thing down here because I realize when you have this thing down here, it doesn't have our names, and I kind
Mm.
of want the names at this point. So we'll pop this thing back up, but it's in the description as well, the code. So you're curious what it is. There we go. So let's see here. We're gonna see who else is chatting it up here. We got Eric Stone saying, "Hey, all cute SpongeBob shirt, Haley."
Thank
Yeah, good old
you.
SpongeBob over here. Let's see here. What is this? I'm Digits. New phone. Who dis?
I don't know who
Oh,
this is.
that's Jeremy. That's one of my fans from TikTok who then follows me on
Nice.
Oh,
Instagram too. So yeah.
Nice.
He's really cool.
Beautiful.
Every time I went live on TikTok, he's always in there talking with me and everything. So he'll be in there for like an hour straight. He's like the only 2 people in there.
Nice. And it's I'm Digits. That's how you know.
Hmm.
I'm Digits.
Yeah.
And is it the same avatar? Like it looks like it's Kermit.
No, that one's not. That's not his normal. I
Okay.
think it's just, his normal one's a selfie of him. I think.
He didn't feel comfortable putting his face
Yeah, I
out
don't think it's
today.
Kermit.
That's interesting. But yeah, so we saved these things because we wanted to bust them open when we made the video, particularly this one. So you said you had an interesting story that you wanted to say for tonight because
Mhm.
it's sort of weird how you sent at least 2 that were actually genuinely fans of. When it comes to the Nice Guys, I've only seen bits and pieces of it, so I'm not really familiar with it. You've never seen the Nice Guys. You didn't even know about this movie.
no.
So it's
That's why I
interesting.
sent it.
You hit it 2 out of 3 here because we've
Mhm.
seen these and we love these movies. So
Yeah. If you could have picked the third, what was it? Was it La La Land? I
it
think
was
you
La
said
La
you were.
Land. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was La La Land.
I didn't choose La La Land because I sent that to Adrian, and I was like, I probably should send a different tape this time.
Interesting.
But you
But I
definitely you got to check it out. It's so funny. And Ryan, like you said, I have a few Ryan Gosling ones. I'm a very big Ryan Gosling fan, but like they're a great duo. It's a hilarious movie all the way through. If you don't, you said you only saw bits and pieces. You
Yeah.
definitely got to see the whole thing.
Okay.
It's worth it.
but I know I said in the video, but now that you're here in front of us,
Hmm.
have you seen our other videos? Like, is that or was
So
this just luck of the draw?
it was luck at the draw at first, but because when Eddie reached out, I did say I was going to do 2 films and 1 music video tape,
Yes.
just because I wanted to show the whole range. But when I asked you, you said you didn't want any say. So I'm like, okay, that kind of messes me up a little bit because I don't know. I'm like, I have no idea what your music taste is. So I'm like, if I'm gonna send a music video one, I want to make sure it's something that you actually would have enjoyed. Um, so what I did was I went on to the YouTube channel and tried to find anything music related, and I found the vinyl collection that you guys did.
Yep.
And actually, I'll show it right now. Funny enough, I think the first one that she pulled out was Bo Burnham, and where is it? This is something that I've never released, but I do have. This is a commission that I did for somebody that has the book. And at first I was thinking maybe I send that as the third one, and then I was like, they already got a vinyl. They don't need a VHS of it. But yeah, to go through the whole story. So personally, I think Barbarian and Willy's Wonderland are 2 of my best releases. Personally, I love the composition that I did, the layout of Barbarian, and the color scheme looked really good. And then with Willy's Wonderland, obviously with the blue and pink, or the magenta cyan, was the best job I'd ever done at coloring the front. Like, I think the coloring on the front's the best I'd ever done on any release. So when I was deciding which films I was going to do, immediately it was going to be Barbarian and Willy's Wonderland. I knew that for a fact. And then when I went to go look for the third one, and I saw the vinyl collection, I saw the Bo Burnham, I questioned that. But then I was like, okay, maybe not do a music video one. Maybe let's do just a third film. So I went to, I don't remember exactly which one it was, but I went to a Blu-ray haul video.
Okay.
First one you pull out is Willy's Wonderland, and you're talking about how much you like it. And I'm like, okay, that's just a confirmation that I have to send Willy's Wonderland.
Okay. All right.
And then, so that was kind of like, I wanted to do it. Luck of the draw that it ended up being a good one that you would have wanted. And then with Barbarian, that one I did know, because I didn't get to catch it live with Adrian, but I did go back and watch a little bit of the replay, and
Okay.
I did know how much you guys were talking about the Barbarian one. So
Yes.
I was like, I was going to send it anyway because I feel like it's one of my best ones. But I was like, it's again another good confirmation that it was one that you wanted.
And it's one of those rare ones. And now this ties into Nadia's question earlier. This does not, and as far as I know there was like someone said that the producer of Barbarian was quoted to say that at some point there is going to be a physical media release. They recorded a DVD track or something like that, like a commentary track. But as of right now, there is no physical media release for Barbarian. The only way you can watch it is HBO Max, and we don't like to stream. We like to collect the stuff.
Right.
And this is, as of right now, the only way you can have Barbarian on physical media. So that's what makes this extra special. Now, this is there is a tape in here, and you said the film is on here.
Yes.
So
that's crazy.
That's the crazy part. And so we're gonna crack this sucker open. So there you go, Nadia.
Now, real quick, before you crack it open,
go ahead.
I did send you a DM. I don't know if you had read that one. Did you want to open the entire thing?
I saw what you said, where you said,
yeah, you could just slip the bottom. Yeah,
I kind of want to open the whole thing, especially.
Okay.
Yeah,
just
I kind of want to
make
open
sure.
the whole thing.
Because I have some people that are like, I want to keep the case preserved with the shrink wrap on it, but I want to be able to take the tape out.
There's also like, I feel like opening it all is warranted because there is a little. I don't think it's your fault.
Yeah,
I think it was the way
it's
it was
just part of
shipped.
like the way the bubble wrap kind of happens. There's that little thing right there. So
yeah, sometimes it just like
it does
it
that.
gets too heated and it just spreads too much and just rips.
Yeah,
I tried to preserve it as much as possible, but that one did come up.
No, it's all good, man. So yeah, we're gonna crack the sucker open, and we're gonna take
I'm
a
like
peek
holding
here.
my breath.
So we actually have a working VCR player,
Mhm.
and so we're
it
definitely
plays the VCR, huh? So the VCR player plays the VCR.
It plays those VCRs. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. There we
VCR
go.
Way to make a
section.
fool of yourself.
Wait, hold on. What's the correct way to say it?
VHS player?
Oh, it's not a
It's-
VCR player?
No.
It's a VCR or it's a VCR or VHS player.
You combine
Okay, there
the
we
two.
go. I promise. I used to have a VCR. So I remember playing these things. I think I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, dude, this is like this stuff just blows my mind that anybody figured out how to do this. So how did you figure out how to do this? Like, there's not a tutorial, I would imagine.
There's not one that tells you everything you need to know, but I mean, you can figure it out through Google and stuff. It took me a long time. It took me, I would say, probably from September to November. Yeah, so probably about 3 months to December. So probably about because September, 3 months. It took me 3 months to figure everything out, and then like the paper is a whole nother thing. Trying to get something that's somewhat close to the original VHS sleeves is very difficult to do.
Is there a template, or do you like have to measure, or
You can measure it, but there are free templates out there. They are off a little bit, but I personally I bought mine. Shout out Tapeworm Video. I bought mine for it's either $10 or $20, and I really like that template because it's not just one flat piece. So it has like different layers for Photoshop. You can double click as a smart object, go in, and just solely focus on like one part.
Mhm.
So instead of having to design the whole thing all the way through, I can double click, go right to the front cover, focus on only the back cover or the spines. So it just makes it a lot easier. It's not crowded.
what was the first one that you ever made?
The first one I ever made.
And do you still have it?
No, actually. Well, I do, but I think I have a very bad copy of it.
Because I know Adrian said that like he keeps at least one of like whatever he does, but then he deletes the files of the actual artwork to make space on his computer.
That's a ballsy move. I would never do that because obviously you'd want to go back and be able to see the file, and maybe if you do a re-release, you'd want to keep the file. I'm gonna have to say something to him. He's got to get like a hard drive or something, back him up at least. Don't delete them. No, I usually do keep a physical copy of each one. But this was the first one I did, and you can tell just how bad it is. Easy on Me by Adele. When I started doing this, was very popular on TikTok. So that's where most of my marketing comes from. My cat is now meowing right beside me. Hello, buddy. And you can tell this has like no shine to it, like kind of like how one of these does. So like you can see there's a little bit of shine to it. This has nothing. So this is going back to the difficulty with the paper is I had to find out. I spent like $75 on a pack of papers like this. Turns out they had no shine. It's just a blank cardstock with no shine on it, no gloss to it. So yeah, a lot of people. I will say this a lot to justify VHS prices. Is that some people are like, oh, it's $30, $40. That's way too much for a VHS. And you got to realize, a lot of us have to learn this all ourselves. We have to shell out the money to trial and error everything until we get it right. You can try doing it on your own, but it's not going to be as easy, and probably end up being cheaper just buying one from somebody else.
Yeah. Plus, they don't think about like you do this yourself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's like the addition like of the cost of labor. To like as a creative person myself, like in the art field, like it's not easy. Just they think you're just sitting there doing work. No, it's tedious stuff.
Yeah, it is. It does get very tedious.
I love this. I love this comment that a movie collector said, Ed, you shouldn't have opened it. It's a collectible. Yeah, this
Some
is
some people do see it that way, which
yeah.
is that's why I started doing the shrink wrap. Because I think it just also just adds to the feeling of like I just bought this new VHS and it's all shrink wrapped and it gives you that nostalgia feeling of trying to unwrap a new thing if you decide to open it. But yeah, some people do still see them as collectibles. So I
Yeah.
mean, because you never know. Like, um, what if like one of us ends up being a very big artist in our life? Like, you now have a collectible piece from our early years.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I have a
you never know.
feeling because I have the Blu-ray of Willy's Wonderland, so I'm probably going to keep this one shrink wrapped.
Mhm.
So,
Good call. That's a
yeah.
good call.
So, please do get big. Please get big.
I'm trying. Trust me, I'm trying. Doing my best.
Not so that we can sell it, just so we can
No,
say
yeah,
that we
just
have
so
your work.
yeah, no, absolutely. If anything, I would send this back to you, and I'd be like, "Can you autograph it?"
Can
And
you
then
autograph it? Yeah.
re-shrink wrap it for me. But no, I'm sure they have to make, and I'm sure you know they have to make because they make DVD protective cases, they make Blu-ray protective cases. They have
Mhm.
to have VHS protective like plastic cases.
I think they do. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen some people that send their VHSs out to get graded, and I don't know, I don't know how efficient that is, but I do know they some people send them out to get graded, so they have like thick plastic cases for them.
Yep.
Some people use.
Let's
I
say
feel like
hello to we got Eddie's Films and Stuff. What's
Hello.
going on, Eddie?
I
Just
think
saw
he's
your
trying to
video.
rip you off.
Yeah. Just saw your video today, man. He was talking about kind of reevaluating physical media and buying physical media, like not like totally erasing it, but really not buying like blind buying. Do you have a big physical media collection?
Personally, I don't.
No.
I don't have much space in my apartment, so really all I have is. Let me just. I guess I can just move this. This is all I've got. Is this little section right here?
I I
Three
definitely had that
VHS
exact
stacked.
TV.
That's a cool little setup there.
I
Yeah.
love the
Yeah,
little TV.
Yeah.
yeah. I got that on Facebook Marketplace. $35. I drove an hour to get it. I think
Oh
A
wow.
small
in
price
the
to
rain.
pay.
Very fun. Very fun.
Is that one that plays VHSs or like
Yeah,
in itself?
yeah.
That's
It has
awesome.
the VCR built in.
That's
Nice,
awesome.
nice. Hello, Mizzy. Mizzy's joining us, guest and chat. Is it Tyler? Tyler is Tyler. Yeah, that's his name.
Tyler is Tyler. Very
It's
good.
literally in the thumbnail. Tyler's tapes. How weird would it be if it's an evening with Tyler's tapes and your name is Johnny?
Oh, I thought you were
That
gonna
would
say if
be
his name
funny.
was Tapes.
Yeah, like or tapes.
No, my name's Tapes. I sell Tylers. That's it.
Tapes.
He sells Tylers.
Let's see here. We got movie collector was saying hello. ASMR opening. Yep. You made horror and more. So Nadia, go over to and everybody, seriously, please check out Tyler's website. It's linked down below. We'll pull it up here in a second. But you have because I think I cut it out of the video just for time's sake. But initially we talked about how there's really a focus on your page on it seems like the horror genre.
Hmm.
Is that safe to say? Like you have the drive and you have Lala and stuff like that, but
Yeah, I would say that's a good assumption to make. I do want to kind of branch out to doing more things, but at least in the VHS community, what I've seen is that a lot of VHS collectors, a lot of VHS fans are horror fans. Just because, in my experience, when I would look back at like original artwork from VHS covers, the horror ones are the most interesting ones. Like those are the ones that have obviously the blood, the gore, the really enticing covers. So I think that's where most, at least what I think is most people kind of start off that way is they do more horrors and then they kind of branch into more things. Because like you said with Katie, how she like does parody versions, she does a lot of taking films that aren't horrors and kind of reframing them as if they were.
yeah.
So
I feel like it definitely is horror at the top, but I
mhm.
feel like the second of all the genres to be VHS fans would be like the Disney people who love like Disney Pixar things,
Yeah, yeah.
which is
Actually,
ironic. Like, yeah, whole 180 horror
I,
thing.
yeah. I don't know. Oh, yeah, I would say it's definitely a fighting top two. Like horror and I didn't even think about Disney when I said that. Disney's definitely up there.
Yeah.
Mm.
Let's pull up the website while we're at it. So here, when you go over to Tyler's site, this is the first thing you're going to see right here. And what's really cool and what is separating you currently from what I've discovered is the fact that you also do music. Not a lot of people are doing the music stuff. So you do have a lot of these people, and this is why I was like, I don't know, because I don't even know who half these people are.
That's why I didn't send one. That's why I didn't send it.
I'm
I
pretty
knew that
sure
would have been a bad call.
I'm pretty sure I've heard of Juice World. I'm pretty sure. Of course, I've heard of Billie Eilish.
Of course, yeah.
So that's maybe the one I would have been like, and I don't even think I realized you had Billie Eilish on here. So maybe that's the one I would have been like, but I'm totally
So
cool.
what is your music taste? I'm curious.
Did I also cut that out of the video? I think I might have.
You definitely
Wow.
did.
Yeah, we talked about all that and I just trimmed it. So
We need a fire editor.
I'm a big MJ fan. So anything Michael Jackson is where it's at. And I think you went off and you were like, we'll do Thriller. Like that's the obvious one is.
Yeah, that's what I said that.
Because there's even a VHS tape of the making of Thriller. So that would have been a cool tie-in there. You're Queen all the way.
Like anything. Like I listen to classic rock.
I could tell by the vinyl collection. It's a lot of 80s rock.
Yeah.
And so that's why I was not sure, because you said that yours was like polar opposite from her. So I'm like, that could be a lot of things. So I don't feel safe sending one of these ones because it just doesn't make sense. Safe. I feel like I definitely felt like if I sent one of those, it would have been worse than sending The Nice Guys. Like I think it would have been a worse on the tier list.
Open it up. Lil Peep. All right, we have Lil Peep here.
I will say though, Lil Peep though, that one does look really nice. I like the black and pink.
Yeah.
Which actually, funny enough, that one's my top seller.
Wow. Okay.
Suicide Boys is second. I think third is. Let me check. I can actually double check right now.
I don't know these people either.
Yeah. But it was okay. So I didn't know that was a commission piece, because I did see a post you had shared where you had Inside by Bo Burnham, and I showed that to Haley. I was like, look at what Tyler's over here making, because Inside and Bo Burnham, like you love Bo Burnham. Yeah. So I was like, look at what he's.
I should have sent Bo Burnham.
But no.
Yes. So Lil Peep is number one, Suicide Boys is number two, and then Blade Runner 2049 is my third.
There you go. Yeah, so you hit it with so you got Lala, you got Drive, Nice Guys, and Blade Runner. Those are your four Ryan Goslings.
Yep.
He's
there will be more coming eventually.
He's so good, man. Please tell me you've seen Only God Forgives.
No.
You haven't seen Only God Forgives?
I have to look that up now.
It's him and Nicholas Winding Refn, the director of Drive. They teamed up again.
Oh.
And it is like neon colors.
I see that. Okay, yep, that's going on my list. I am watching that. I might actually watch that as soon as we're done with this. So yeah.
It's a trippy movie. It's Drive is very straightforward after you watch Only God Forgives, and you're like, wow, that first collaboration, you did Drive. The second one, you did Only God Forgives. And Only God Forgives is this mind trip of a movie. And Drive is so straightforward, and I love it for that. But when I went into Only God Forgives, I was like, oh, it's going to be like Drive. And it is not like Drive.
I'm definitely interested in that one now. Especially just after seeing the movie poster for it.
Yep.
That one looks enticing.
It's so good. But the reason I'm sure a lot of people are tuning in, when you click on movies and shows, this is what pops up. And I love when you did this. So it's not here on the site anymore, but when you released The Gift, you had a special thing going on where for the first day you had different colored VHS tapes that you were inserting.
Yeah. I can actually show it. I kept my own copy, obviously, but this is the specialty tape that I did with the red flap, just to kind of coincide with the gift, the present on the front. And Yeah. So yeah, I did the on release day. If anybody ordered the gift, they had a chance of getting one of those tapes. I think I have three or two or three that are going to be going out.
Nice. Now, every movie you make, do you have to be a fan of it as well?
For the most part, yeah.
Okay.
Unless it's a commission.
Yeah.
Sometimes especially when I was starting out, I just did it to do it. But now, obviously, as I got more popular in the community and my sales went up, and I have a lot more content to make and stuff now, I am picky with commissions.
Yeah.
So now it is like if I haven't heard of the movie or it doesn't interest me or it doesn't look interesting or whatever, then I usually don't do it. Yeah, most of the ones I have seen, I usually like them, and then some of them are commissions.
Yep.
Like actually, I think Blade Runner 2049 was a commission,
Okay.
and then from that commission came the Drive commission, and then from that commission came La La Land. So
There you go.
a lot of the Ryan Gosling ones came from commissions, but I also am a very big Ryan Gosling fan.
Yep. Gone Girl is actually because like I love that you chose these two because they are kind of like when you put them side by side on a website, it makes total sense.
Mhm,
The visit or not the visit, the gift and
mhm.
Gone Girl, they're kind of similar in vibe.
Yeah,
Like they're
they're both like a
darks.
psychological,
Yeah.
yeah, twist messes with you. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is intentional. I do that on purpose. I usually try to do right now I'm trying to do 2 releases a week.
Okay.
Um, I'm trying to stick to that. It's very difficult to do, especially when you take a lot of time to create your own cover art like that. But um, yeah, I usually try to pick a couple movies that'll make sense together. So that's why I did Gone Girl and The Gift together, and then the 2 releases prior to that were Suicide Boys and Juice World. So I keep a theme every time I release. Unless it's one of those times where like I only get one out a week, then I just kind of put whatever out.
You've seen As Above, So
I have.
Below, right?
I have.
Mm.
That one I
Such a
have
good
not
movie.
seen.
Such a good movie.
It's good. I saw it in theaters.
Mandy, we definitely have
Oh,
to check out. Definitely, we have to check out Mandy.
Yeah.
Is it similar to Willy's Wonderland or is it totally
It's
different?
just because it's Nicolas Cage.
you think everybody thinks everything Nicolas Cage does is always the same thing. No. It is it's similar in the fact that it's like just unhinged, just deranged for no reason. Well, I wouldn't say that. There is a reason, but
Nick Cage in
yeah,
the
both. Um, no, it is it's long. I will say that I did see some reviews of people that said it just feels like it's drawn out.
Mm,
But I didn't think so. I feel like there's a lot of action. I think it's slower in the beginning, and then once the stuff starts happening, then it just really ramps up. So I would say in that sense, it's a slow burn in that way.
yeah, we got to check that one out.
Not as bad as
Um,
what people said about Skidamarink, though. That one's just getting torn to pieces.
oh
Yeah, I've
yeah.
heard nothing good about it.
No,
Nothing.
I liked it personally. I enjoyed it. Although, granted, that's because I watched it in a pitch black apartment with, no lights on, and it was like 1 a.m.
Ooh,
And I have a hall. So in my living room, I have my TV set up, and then on the left side, there's like a long hallway that goes all the way down the apartment.
uh-huh.
So that's creepy when you're watching a movie about long hallways and just like being in a house and being scared alone.
I love it. I love it. That's on Shutter, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Um,
I've had a lot of people ask if I was going to do that one. Not entirely sure, just because I feel like with the front cover, there's not really a whole lot to story tell through that. There's not really a whole lot to interpret. So I
yeah.
don't know if I'll have enough to work with to get some kind of creative idea to make it.
And plus, you try. I would assume you kind of try to not do what the other person is doing in your space as well. I do know like there are some crossovers. Like all three of you did La La Land. Katie, Adrian, and you. I mean, that's like one of the. It's just one of the best movies of all time. So.
In general, I think La La Land is definitely one of those ones that quite a few people have done. Let me see. What are some other ones that everybody does?
Barbarian.
I was gonna say Barbarian. Maybe it's because of the physical media not being
maybe, yeah.
Trying to capitalize on that.
And with Barbarian, though, I feel like that's kind of and this is I don't know if any other VHS creators are watching this right now, but like that would be a good chance for you to stand out because a lot of people are doing it. Try something different than what anybody else is putting out. Try a different style. Try a different cover.
I don't know, man. This one is like, it's just the red and the black. It's so freaking good. And the fact that you added this in here, because the classic poster is that.
Yep.
That's the classic poster. The fact that you added Justin Long and what the hell's her name? It's not on here. Oh no, it is. Georgina Campbell. Georgina Campbell. God, it's so good.
Yeah, I was not expecting the first of all, I wasn't expecting the twist, and second of all, I wasn't expecting Justin Long's just cut into singing like that, just out of nowhere. I was like, oh, did I change movies or something? Like, what happened?
Yeah. Oh my God. Zach Kreger, he like became one of my I'm so happy that his new script, he sold it for like millions of dollars to New Line Cinema.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, after the success of that one.
His next movie, yeah. Like he had people bidding like crazy to get his next film. So I am looking forward to it. This is a question for you, Tyler. What was the very first VHS tape you got back in the day?
It might have been. It's very hard to tell because my family, we weren't as much of buying VHSs. I think when we got into the so my background is more home movies. Like my parents just recorded everything. So that's like where my love for VHS came from.
Okay.
But I think the first one was probably Jack Frost with
Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Dude, we did a watch along of that here on the channel.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah. Like during Christmas.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was my I think that might have been my first one. I can't entirely remember just because I was, memory from back then when I'm a kid. Not very good. I can't remember everything anymore.
That's so cool.
But yeah, that still is a film that stuck with me though. Like I watch it every Christmas. It's one that always makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so like crazy because not a lot of you don't hear Jack Frost dropped, just during a conversation. Yeah, we're big fans of that. Or well, I mean, I am. Sorry, I am. I know you're kind of in the middle or something.
Scary. It's scary.
Oh yeah, it's scary. Well, they do have that horror Jack Frost.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. Have you seen it? Is it good?
Haven't seen it.
Haven't seen it.
I don't know if I want to.
I want to just to say that I have.
I wanted to just because when it was around Christmas, I was thinking like, well, I kind of want to do some Christmas releases. I didn't really end up doing that, but I was looking on, I think it was Hulu, is where I saw it, and I was like, Christmas horror movie, maybe. Let's try. And then I just never watched it. I just never got around to it.
We got Nadia as a VHS fanatic. I would love to make tapes, and then she follows it up with Tyler. Do you know an easy way to clean mold out of a tape?
From what I've never really personally done it, but from what I've researched, it seems like the best way, and people say the only way, is to take a Q-tip with some, I think, rubbing alcohol on it. You have to have like a throwaway, as Eddie would call it, VCR player. And you have to have a throwaway VCR and just let the tape run through it, fast forward, hold the Q-tip against the reel, and it'll clean the mold off.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
there you go.
It's very intricate, and for me personally, with me having to repurpose tapes in that sense, if I get one of them, I just kind of like I don't bother doing it because it's just not worth my time to clean the tape to then just repurpose and sell it. I might as
Yeah.
well
Yeah.
just get another one for a cheaper price. So
Well, there you go. Hopefully that helped, Nadia. Hopefully that helped you out. They have protective hard cases. Cool. All right. Nice. Maybe send the link or something. Send it to me on Instagram. I'd love to know where you got those. I still collect VHSs. Most of them have protective plastic cases. They're cheap online. Yep. I'm Digits, patiently waiting for a Taylor Swift top 10 VHS.
maybe I don't know.
I
I
don't
feel like
know.
that.
Sorry.
I feel like that would conflict with the other audience, like the main audience that I have.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of going out on a limb here and saying you're not the biggest Taylor Swift fan.
No,
I
not a
wouldn't
Swiftie.
say I wouldn't say that I like don't like Taylor Swift or that I dislike her. It's just not something that I regularly would listen to. Like if I'm out somewhere and they're playing Taylor Swift, I'm not like turn this off. I hate it. Like I just it's just not my go-to.
You'll see, that would be me.
Turn this off. Turn this shit right off. I still have VHS tapes. Got the original Star Wars trilogy in widescreen. Nice. That's the one that no alterations happened on those. Correct, Adrian? Looks like Tyler's whipping them out. Yes.
No, I actually I don't remember the covers, but I have this one. And let me grab the others. I got
Wait,
these.
did you make these, or are these like?
No. I got these with a batch of tapes that I had bought.
Oh, dude!
I got these.
Look at that!
The whole
Those are
trilogy.
nice.
Look at that,
And then I
Adrian!
do have the what's the special release with it's like a gold and silver case to it. I also hang on. I don't know if you still have the big screen up, but I do have this
Yep.
Star Trek. I got this one too.
Rathacon.
See, things like this I want to keep instead of just getting rid of because this is the kind of art style that I want to go with.
Okay.
Like if this is my goal art style, very reminiscent of Drew Struzan, who did a lot of very popular covers or movie posters. He did Back to the Future, Indiana Jones, Star Wars. Obviously, that's the big one, and Goonies. He did Goonies,
Okay.
and there's a whole bunch more, but I can't remember. But Drew Struzan did a lot of The Thing. The Thing, that's another big one.
He also did. I don't know if because I know it didn't continue on, but he did that first Harry Potter poster.
Yes, I was going to mention that one. I did see that, but I didn't remember. I didn't want to say it because I was like, I don't remember which ones he did. I think it was just the first one. I wasn't
I think
sure.
it was just the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, but
For some reason, they didn't carry.
So good. I don't know why they didn't. I don't know why they didn't.
Because that first poster of Harry Potter, like just Harry's big fat head on the poster. It's so good. Hey, speaking of Adrian, I guess he's watching. Hey guys, I'll make sure not to delete the files next time. Got to get a hard drive.
You can't do that, man. That's first of all, that's just a disservice to yourself because now you can't look back at your old work.
All right, so I believe you're in California too, right?
No, actually, I am on the opposite end of the country.
Oh, where are you located?
I'm in Pennsylvania. I'm in Amish country.
Oh, dude. Okay.
Country.
I don't know why I thought you were in California.
Yeah, it's because on the thing it says PA, CA. You can get confused.
He can't read.
So how did you first come across Adrian? Did he first come across you? What's that relationship?
I actually don't remember. I've been following Adrian for a while. I don't know if he can say if he followed me first or if I followed him first. But I mean, like, I will say, I will admit, I'm somewhat bad at this in the VHS community. Let's just open up, make it a therapy session. I kind of suffer from some imposter syndrome sometimes. Like, I'll look at my work and be like, it's not as good as somebody else's. Or if I see people like Adrian who constantly release stuff, like he's released, for like he'll release like 3-4 tapes in a week. And then I'm sitting here like I do, a couple a week, or maybe like sometimes I get like 2 a month, just because like I can't balance everything very well. But anyway, I do kind of follow people, but then not look at their stuff on purpose because I'm like, I don't want to mess with myself and be like, I can't do what they're doing. So I got to like separate myself from other people to kind of make sure my own art is my own art.
Hmm.
I do
Um,
the same thing. I do the
yeah.
same thing. Like, I'll follow people from, like, my school because I go to an art
Hmm.
school, and I will, like I think, like, Instagram, like, has the thing where it's like, I wanna see this less often just so
Hmm.
that I don't like, I'm still
Yeah.
supporting you, but I'm not looking so that I don't hate
This thing,
myself.
I feel bad because a lot of the time because and also because um, I do a lot of TikTok content. I'm constantly either working on orders, watching a movie to figure out what I want to release next, working on a new release, or did I say working on orders? And then making content for TikTok. Like I am doing so much that I don't usually take my time to scroll through my feed and look at other people's stuff. I usually just kind of like focus on what I'm doing,
Hmm.
and it kind of helps with that imposter syndrome thing a little bit.
No.
But then I see Adrian drop in like 4 tapes, and it always pops up when I'm looking at stories and stuff. So I'm like, oh. It's like I gotta pick it up, man.
I wouldn't fault yourself for it. I think it's a pretty common thing among artists.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, I've learned that, like, at the end of the day, like, you're not going to be the best at what you do, but
Hmm.
you're doing the best of your ability for right now, and obviously, the more you do it, the more you get better. So
Right.
it's like, the sky's the limit, but, like, you're
Hmm.
doing the best you can right now.
And look, I'm sure, I don't know if Adrian's still watching, but I'm sure Adrian probably feels the exact same way right back at you. You know what I mean? It's like maybe the consistency is totally different, but it's
Yeah.
it's that old adage, quantity versus,
Right.
quality kind of thing. It seems
Hmm.
like maybe you're the other way around. You're quality versus,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. I
So
try to do my best. Try to do my best with the quality of the artwork.
yeah, so there's something to be said about that. But I love how a movie collector always starts Tyler's tapes. How do you choose what movie to make the VHSs? Do you choose or you go by requests? I think both. Yeah.
Yeah, I go
Yeah.
both. A lot like I have a very big list of films that I need to watch so that way I can see if I want to release them. Um, and then also I get people that say, "Hey, this one would look really good on VHS." So I'll add it to my list, and then if I like it, I'll make it. But then yeah, sometimes and this is kind of like hit or miss. Sometimes I'll do commissions. Like I'll say I'm doing commissions, and then like a week later, I'm like, all right, guys, I'm too busy now, not doing commissions. Um, yeah, sometimes like that. Like I said, I'm kind of picky with those too. Um,
Do you do you only choose films that, like, have already like, that don't already have, like, a VHS
yeah,
counterpart?
yeah. If there's one that already had an official release, like I've had people ask me to do the really big ones, Fight Club. They want me to do like a custom cover for Fight Club, and I'm just like, I'm not going. Or I think Donnie Darko too. But I say no because I don't want to. I don't want to impede my own artwork and then possibly. I mean, I'm not this arrogant, but like devalue the original copies. Because I mean, but it's just a supply and demand thing, obviously. Like Donnie Darko did get released on VHS, but it is very rare. So if I go and release it, I'm now taking away from the limited copies that were officially released.
Hmm.
So that's why I don't touch things that were officially released before 2007.
That's
Anything after 2007, usually fair game.
There you go. Favorite Gosling film, Tyler?
Oh, it might have to be Drive. Or no,
Drive.
or it's very tough to decide these. I would say Drive or La La Land.
Yeah.
La La
Yeah.
Land was that one where as soon as I watched that, I immediately went to my computer and started working on it
Yeah.
because I just felt so inspired from that whole film. And then there was a review that I had seen where um, somebody said this film is not. Uh, this film is a love letter to creatives. And that's exactly how I felt as soon as I finished watching it.
That was Chris Stuckman.
Yes, yes, it was actually.
Yep.
I think I put his quote on the back of the
I
cover.
think you did, and I think that's how I know that quote.
Ah,
So, yep.
yeah.
Yeah, dude, I saw that movie 6 times in theaters. It's the most times I've ever seen a movie in a freaking
Wow.
theater. I contributed
See-
quite a bit to that box office success. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a bad habit of like saying I want to see something and then just never going and seeing it. Like, yeah, I have a bad habit of never going to see films. I just wait till they're released on streaming.
And like what, and because it's so bizarre, I haven't seen this one yet. And I own it. But I got to get around to it. You would have thought it's in my top 25 films, La La Land. So you would have thought I would have instantly checked out his next movie with Damien, First Man. And I didn't.
I'm in the same boat with you. I haven't seen that one either.
I have yet to see First Man. And it's him and Damien back together again.
I'm gonna Google that right now so I remember to look it up. Was it First Man?
First Man, it's Neil Armstrong, right? I think is who it's about, or Buzz Aldrin, or one of those guys.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's one of those guys going to the moon.
I'll check that one out too.
And then, of course, Damien's next movie is Babylon, which
Babylon.
Shout out Adrian. I think he just put the post out to release that. I think.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what it was.
And that one, I don't like. That has Margot Robbie, Brad Pitt. It's just like,
oh, that's a stacked cast.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds like Bullet Train all over again.
Yeah, but it's just like, I don't know. Because now he's made 4 films, 4 like true feature length films, and I know he has one at the very beginning, like something about being on a park bench. But you have Whiplash, La La Land, First Man, and Babylon, and I much prefer those first 2 movies, Whiplash and La La Land.
Mm-hmm. I need to go back and rewatch Whiplash, and see if I want to release that. That's the one with Miles Teller, right? Miles Teller
and J.K. Simmons.
And J.K. Simmons, yeah. Okay, yeah. I might go back and rewatch that. I think that one's a good one.
Oh, it's so
I
good.
can't really remember.
We got Horror Morrissey, Mandy's a revenge film. Yep.
Oh yeah.
I guess you could say Willy's Wonderland is maybe not a revenge film, but he's certainly getting back at those damn animatronics.
Well, yeah.
Right? That was such a surprise. We were in a hotel room up in Seattle, just killing a night. And we're like, what do you want to watch? And we're like, okay, we'll do Willy's Wonderland. And God, have I ever since I've watched that movie, I don't crush a can the same way. Yeah, I enjoy crushing a can more after watching that movie.
Yeah, I don't even remember exactly how I came up on that movie. All I remember is I watched it and was like, that is so weird. I have to do it. It just. I think what it was is maybe somebody on TikTok had requested it because it was similar to Five Nights at Freddy's.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm a very unapologetic Five Nights at Freddy's fan, so that's what drew me to it, because people were saying like the similarities, and I'm like, fuck it.
Yep.
Nick Cage, Five Nights at Freddy's.
I want to try to market that on TikTok as a Five Nights at Freddy film and see what the response is.
Well, considering that there is the film being made like right now with Matthew Lillard, people are gonna be like,
And Matthew Lillard too. I think that's gonna be a good one. I hope it's gonna be a good one.
Oh,
he's funny.
We're seeing that, making him see that first day.
Are you so what's your most hyped film this year? If it hasn't already come out.
Honestly, I can't pick. I don't have.
You don't have one?
No, I don't have one right now.
No Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear.
That one was a funny one. I don't know. I feel like this is just such a cop out answer. Scream 6. I feel like it's good.
Cool.
It's a cop out answer. I feel like.
I don't necessarily. I don't have one this year right now off the top of my head. But I can tell you, Joker 2 is 2024 for me. Joker 2. Holy crap!
Are they keeping it the same style as they did with the original?
Well, it is going to have musical elements to it. But it is the same. It's Joaquin. It's Todd Phillips, Scott Silver. So same writers, all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Because I saw something that it was going to be turned into a musical, and everyone was freaking out. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I feel like that doesn't make sense that they would just straight go musical with it, but like, we'll see.
Yeah. And the fact you got Lady Gaga in there.
Mhm.
So
I feel like that's what threw a lot of people off because they were like, "Oh, it's going to be a musical and Lady Gaga's in it. This just isn't right. This doesn't make sense."
yeah.
But no, I think it'll probably do well, especially with Joaquin Phoenix again.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see though, because I feel people are so emotionally attached now with 3 films in the canon to Margot as Harley Quinn. It's gonna
Yeah.
it's gonna be interesting to see because it's so close to one another. Like with Jack Nicholson and then Heath Ledger, there was a big gap there with
Mm,
Jokers. Here
yeah.
now you have a very close proximity of 2 different Harley Quinn
Right.
interpretations.
I think that's also probably why Jared Leto's Joker got trashed too, because it was so close to Heath Ledger's
Yep.
I
in
Yeah.
don't
terms of time.
necessarily think that was the only
It was
reason.
it was definitely a big reason. It was a big reason for sure, I think. And then that's
I think his works with the style of that film though, of Suicide Squad. I feel like his version of Joker definitely fits the
I
film.
agree. I agree.
it does. And because I'm not attached to those characters, so I didn't mind. Like
Yeah.
when I first saw that very first image of him doing and he was like
Mhm.
covered in tattoos and stuff, I
Mhm.
was like, all right, I'm game. This is a new Joker. Let's go.
Yeah. It's out of the
I
box.
Yeah, I just wish it was I just wish he had more to do, and I haven't seen the Zack Snyder thing,
No, I
so
haven't either.
I don't know what his role is in that one, but hands down, Joaquin Phoenix is
Mhm.
I think I'm taking him to the grave as my Joker. So
Yeah.
God, I love him. Violet, what's going on, Violet?
Hello.
Good to have you here. I hated Mandy, but that VHS cover is awesome.
Thank you.
It
I'm
is, man.
disappointed you hated it. And I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was.
Do you charge $1 for not rewinding them?
Be
That'd be
kind.
funny.
Barbarian not being on DVD and Blu-ray is a big mistake. You tell him, movie collector.
Mhm.
Apparently, it's happening, but I mean, look,
They're definitely dropping the ball on how long it's taking.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Agreed. Movie collector, huge boo boo. Violet, you were doing so good. So, okay, do you know David? Do you know Durant Cinema?
I do not.
You don't know? Okay, so
Yeah.
this is basically where this stems from. Every single stream we do, and we've actually had a pretty good track record. We haven't had too many trolls in here, but every once in a while, someone will pop in here, and this is something that'll happen here. Y'all stink, use people to gain views and subs. Durant included. Head down.
So am I underage or am I barely legal? Which one?
It's absolutely insane. And the crazy part is, I turned on subscribers only mode. So
They had to be here for 30
that
minutes.
means this person subscribed
just to do
30
it.
minutes just to type this. That's insane.
That's dedication.
That's wild. Those were the days when you could go to a video store and rent a movie. Yeah. Do you have any aspirations to maybe do like a pop-up shop?
Maybe. That's definitely for what I'm doing right now. I feel like that's definitely far out in the future.
Mhm.
Yeah. I do want to try to get there's another person, I don't know if you've heard of him, but Valishard Toys and Tapes. He's another VHS creator. He also makes like custom figurines as well. Um, he has opened up I think it's in Cincinnati, a free Blockbuster. It's like one of those. I don't know if have you ever seen like one of those book cases that they have like you can just take books and put them
Yeah.
back in.
That's
It's like that, but for like media, like VHSs.
those are called something.
I forget what they're called, but he opened up one of those in Cincinnati, and I looked it up. There's none around me, and I was like, that'd be kind of a cool idea to open up one of those things. And it comes with like I think it's probably a few $100s, but it comes with like a blue stand, kind of like the bookshelf casings you would find, and
Wow.
it's got like the Blockbuster logo on it and everything.
That's so
Um,
cool.
yeah, I think that before I do like a pop-up shop or anything, that's probably something I'll move to doing to just add to the community. Um, and then just maybe random times throw in a tape that I made in there. Yeah, and
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
do like an unreleased one and be like, hey, if you guys live in this area, here's one that I've never put out and you can't get anywhere else. Go to this one on this street and grab it out of the box.
Yeah, do it. Oh,
Well, I know a lot. Like some of the creators do like subscriber exclusive stuff. Do you
Mhm.
do that?
I don't yet. I did have a plan to, but I don't know with my website. I don't know exactly how that's going to work. Just because I used to have two payment methods, and now one of them has been taken off, and that's the one that would have been used for the subscription thing.
Okay,
So I don't know how I'm going to go about that. I kind of have to look into it again.
gotcha.
I was gonna say with the VHSs, like, I mean, with everybody, like the resurgence, then you have
Mhm.
like yourself, Tyler, people doing customs, bringing light to newer movies. I saw something recently, like just the other day, where it's like for the first time in like however long, vinyl has now made more in sales than CDs have.
Mhm.
Like they've
Right.
passed the sales of CDs. I wouldn't be surprised if in the next like 5 years, maybe like
Uh-huh.
VHS will do the same for maybe DVDs or Blu-rays, whatever. 5, 10 years. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. It's now we're now reaching that point in just history where everybody who grew up with vinyls and VHSs are now old enough to the point where it's now like they have disposable income. They want to collect those things that they did in their childhood. So now they're kind of coming back into it. It's the same thing that happens with like sports cards, Pokemon cards, things like that.
Yep.
Mhm.
So
There's a good comment. As a content creator, I can see where you're coming from, Tyler. I try not to compare my work with others.
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's see here. Oh, look at this. Hey guys, proud
Oh
mama moment.
no.
To see
Aw.
Tyler reaching
Oh,
for his dreams.
small soldiers. Oh my god. Yep, that makes a lot of sense. I forgot about that
Yeah,
one.
Small Soldiers is a really good movie.
Oh yeah. I
I
used to
love that
watch that
movie.
I don't know how I forgot about that. I used to watch that all the time. My I'm not going to say the entire thing, but one of my junk emails is Chip Hazard. It has that
Nice,
in it has that in
nice.
name in it.
Oh shit! This is a good trivia question because Chip Hazard. Now I'm sure you know, but hold on, give me a second here. Who is that other guy? Who's the adversary to Chip Hazard? I know they're the Garganites, right? The Garga.
I'm
The
pretty
Gor-
you're thinking like his name? I think it's Archer.
is it Archer?
I think it's Archer.
And they're the Gorgonites or something.
I think so.
Yeah,
I haven't seen I feel so bad because I haven't seen that film in so long, and I used to
yeah,
watch it all the time.
yeah. Same here,
I
man.
think I did find a copy somewhere in here. Back around Christmas, 2 days after Christmas, when I came back from my sister's house, we were celebrating there. I had messaged somebody on Facebook who was selling a haul of VHS tapes, 13 banana boxes stacked full of VHS tapes, over 500. And I went out 2 days after Christmas and picked them up from that guy. So,
Wow.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
So like I said, I don't have a lot of space in my apartment, so those boxes are just sitting in my living room,
Yeah.
just stacked up on the wall. Yeah.
But it's one thing because it seems like you collect strictly VHS.
Yeah.
You don't do Blu-ray, 4K, all
No.
that stuff.
No. It's just strictly VHS.
Nice.
Yeah,
Well,
they
hello,
certainly.
Mom,
Yeah, hi, mom.
Elizabeth. Nice to meet you.
VHS certainly takes up a lot of space in and of itself. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Tyler, keep up the good work. One day you can open a video store if you're lucky. Yeah, I want to go to Seb's. Yeah,
So,
from La La Land.
yeah.
Damn, that's so good. You skate, Tyler? Saw mid '90s has 3 versions.
Funny, no, I don't skate, but funny enough, I did try one time, failed, busted my ass, never did it again. But I I do enjoy that film. I think the reason why I did 3 covers for it was because each one just it felt like I made one and I was like, I love it, but I also wanted to try this idea, and so I just did that for 3 separate versions. But the thing I love about that film, and I tried to convey it with the covers, is it's so raw. Like it felt like that's one of the rare period pieces where I felt like I was there. in the film with them.
Mhm.
And that's also, I mean, I will pull them out here. That's also why I did 3 different covers for it, was because it just kind of feels like you're in the moment with them. Where is my other one at? I have these 2 here. Where is my 3rd one?
That's
There it is.
directed by that's Jonah Hill's directorial debut, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is Jonah Hill's. Okay, I can't get the 3rd one out because it's kind of like stuck in a weird spot. But I have the one where Sonny is throwing the skateboard over the fence,
Okay.
and again, it feels like you're there, just like in that moment, seeing him do that. It just feels like it's raw, and you're in that moment. And then also the reason why I did this cover was because when I was a kid, hanging out outside, because that's what we did back then. You would see this if you just stumbled upon our group. You would see us just chilling on a staircase somewhere, just randomly sitting around and just laughing, joking, having fun. Like that's, it feels like you're in that moment, and that's why I did those covers that way. And then again, like I said, I did 3 separate ones because I feel like each one has a different style to it,
Yeah.
and it encompasses something different from the film.
Question for everybody: what's your favorite horror VHS cover art? We'll let Tyler take this one, and then we'll answer.
It might take me a second. You might want to
Okay.
go with yours.
She's actually going to grab hers.
Oh, I wish. I don't think I have I don't have a copy of it.
Adrian, or sorry, Adrian. I thought it was Adrian. I will say this is a new favorite right here, Barbarian. But if I have to go a classic, like a real VHS, like not that these aren't real, but like you know what I mean, like a
Hey man,
you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Distributed by the
an original.
Yeah.
An original.
Yeah. I have a Shining one, and I've always loved The Shining. It's my favorite
Mm.
horror film, but I love that Shining VHS that I have. And you just pop this open. You just
Yeah.
got this in the mail.
I'm on the hunt at the moment to collect all of them. I believe there are 32, somewhere in the 30s.
I think I know what it is.
Yeah, they're the Universal.
Mhm.
I don't even know what you would call them.
Well, what does the top say? It's the
Is it
classics
the classic
collection.
collection.
Yeah.
Yeah, I now own 5.
Yep.
And this is the most recent one. I literally just opened this just now.
Yep.
For the sake.
That's, you got a good collection going. I like it.
Yeah,
a good
I
one.
have.
Um,
I don't know one in particular that I like over the others, but I love how uniform they look.
If you line them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
beautiful.
it's similar to why I did the way I did the music video tapes. I can actually, I don't think you might not have seen them side by side, but when you have all 4 of them that I've released side by side, it creates, it's like a nice color gamut.
There you go.
That's so
So-
nice.
Yeah, upside down. I did the same thing that you did, Eddie, in the video.
Yeah, uniformity is a wonderful thing. And these even look, I mean, these just the way they're all uniform kind of when you line them up here.
Yeah.
You know? The fact you have them.
The funny thing about Willy's Wonderland is if anybody bought 2, you could set them side by side because they have different
The
characters on the
faces.
spine.
Oh, different characters on the spine.
Mhm.
And then the other side.
Interesting. So there's that one. I didn't even notice that.
I did.
And there's that
You're
one.
welcome.
Interesting. Let's see here. What's the next one? Moving down here. I think Joker 2 is going to be like Sweeney Todd. I hope so. I hope so.
Ooh.
I hope so.
Yes. I will say I don't remember exactly where I saw you say this. I think it might have been on the stream with Adrian, but I think you said something about Sweeney Todd, and I'm considering it. I might work on one for that.
Ooh.
Yeah,
'Cause I haven't seen it in a while, but I do remember it being a very good film.
Anything Tim Burton is my cup of tea.
Yep. Yep. Oliver, what's going on, Oliver? Glad to have you joining us.
Question. Because you said like anything post 2007 is fair game.
Mhm.
What if it was a release like pre 2007 that just never got a VHS? Would you consider
Then
it?
I would do it. I would consider it. Yeah. basically the whole thing with the 2007 thing is that's when most films stopped being put on VHS. That's when like there was like a hard cutoff in the industry. But yeah, there are some, but obviously before then that never got one.
Mhm.
Yes, I do remember this movie Collector when you would pick up the display box and there was nothing back there. It was just a display. They really got you.
Yeah, I assume that was like a theft, an anti-theft thing. I assume.
Was it? I just thought it was literally like we've rented every copy kind of thing.
I thought I maybe I misinterpreted. I thought they
I
meant
don't
like
know.
when they would put the case up and then they would just have like you'd open it and it would just be empty, like the clamshells, and
Yeah.
then it'd have the slip in there that says like ask for this film or something.
Yep. Small Soldiers was the first VHS bought from a yard sale when I was a kid. Yeah.
I don't know exactly. I mean, does it still hold up as a very good film? I can't entirely. I think personally, I mean, but I'm biased. I really like that film. So
I think it would as well. I haven't seen it in years, but it's Joe Dante who did Gremlins and all that stuff. I think it holds up.
yeah,
I think it holds up strictly because a lot of that movie isn't CGI. It's practical,
it's practical.
little kind of animatronic things they were working with.
Hmm.
So, and it is Archer. So there we
Yeah.
go.
Thanks, Larry.
I'm very impressed with myself for getting that right. That's one that I didn't remember entirely, but
Yep. And the funny thing is I can tell you who voiced Chip Hazard, Tommy Lee Jones. I cannot tell you who voiced Archer. I have no idea who voiced Archer.
I can't remember.
Because I mean, come on, Tommy Lee Jones is Chip Hazard. Oh. It's like it's like Men in Black, Small Soldiers, which is more iconic? Agent K or Chip Hazard? Chat room, let us know. That's a question for you. Agent K from Men in Black or Chip Hazard from Small Soldiers? What's the more iconic Tommy Lee performance? Tommy Lee Jones. We don't want Tommy Lee in here. Small Soldiers still got the VHS. Yeah, apparently everyone still has the VHS. Blockbuster or Hollywood Video? Oh, Blockbuster all the way.
Frank Langella. Frank Langella was Archer.
Frank Langella, and I've heard of him. I'm trying to think where I've seen him. What else?
The funny thing is, he has a very memorable face, but I can't picture where he's been. Oh,
I want to say I saw him in a movie called Robot and Frank. Am I right?
let me see if I can.
Frank Langella.
Robot and Frank. Yep.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Robot and Frank.
What a name! What a name!
Oh, now I remember. He was in Unknown and Draft Day. I remember him mostly from Draft Day. That was a film that I watched consistently when it came out. I don't know why. I just did. It was one of my comfort films. I don't know.
And Unknown is the like almost a Taken ripoff with Liam Neeson, right?
Yeah.
Still have Predator on VHS. Very cool. That's a good looking one. What's your answer to this? Blockbuster or Hollywood Video?
Blockbuster. I was more of a Blockbuster. That's just what we had around us.
Yeah.
Frankly, mine was Hollywood Video. That was what was around us.
Yep. We also had Movie Gallery. Have you ever heard of Movie Gallery?
I have not. I have not heard of that one.
I guess that might have been like just in the South kind of thing. And then Family Video, I know, is a big one. Family Video. So sad. So sad. Did you see that Blockbuster Netflix show?
No, that was I wanted to release it because obviously it makes so much sense to do that.
Yeah.
But I just never got around to watching it. What happened was I added it to my list, and then right around that time that it came out, I got very busy with orders, so I just never took the time to sit down and watch the show. And then some time had passed, and I had looked it up and saw that it was just not necessarily getting trashed, but it didn't have great reviews. So I was just like, I never prioritized watching it, even though I probably should have.
It didn't get good reviews, and it got canceled after one season.
Yeah.
Which is
ironic. Is that ironic though, or does that just kind of fit the Blockbuster?
Yeah. It's so weird, and it kind of makes you go, was that on purpose? Yeah. Like let's resurrect Blockbuster only to bury it once again.
I will say though, there is one. So there is one blockbuster that still exists, and it's in Portland,
Bend?
Oregon.
Bend?
Bend, Oregon. Bend, Oregon. Yeah. Um, and I feel like one of my biggest goals, my aspirations, is to have one of my tapes in there on display.
Oof.
That's
That
cool.
would be awesome.
Have you reached out to them? Because I know they have like a Twitter
Not
feed and stuff.
not yet. I'm saving that for a little bit later. Like,
Okay.
now somebody's gonna steal it. I know it. Somebody's gonna steal my idea. So I got to get on it tomorrow, I guess. But no, I think the reason why I had this idea a while ago, but the reason why I didn't act on it was because at the time I didn't feel like I had any artwork that was like, this has to go there.
Okay.
But now I think I've made enough that I feel like there's a couple I can probably pick out.
Gotcha. All right. Haley, great choice on the VHS cover. Bride of Frankenstein is a great classic.
Ain't it?
And then
Ain't it?
Kevin says, what other ones do you have of the classic monsters?
So funny that you asked.
You went and grabbed them, didn't you?
I did. 'Cause I read ahead. I have.
Those are the ones she has
These.
right there.
Ooh.
Yeah. I have Frankenstein, Dracula, Wolfman, Mummy, and of course the Bride.
Bride.
But I have
From
the
the
first
spine.
three, courtesy of this guy over here, this little fella. And he got them in this little like box set.
Yeah.
And they're all like the cases themselves are shrink wrapped. But, like I could still have access
Doing
to
what you recommended.
Yeah.
They have the shrink wrap around them.
and they're in great condition. I mean,
you were watching Dracula the other
I
night.
was like, when I first got my VCR set up, it was when I was home alone, and I was so excited. So I had the movie playing so that he would walk in because there's nothing else that TV could do other than
That was unsettling.
Yeah.
That was unsettling. I came home from work and I just hear old creepy Universal monster music.
Yeah.
Just based on the spines, I like the Dracula one. That one, I feel like the spine for me
Right.
personally looks the best.
Right? Yeah, that
Yep.
being the cover.
Mhm.
And show the spine.
Ew.
Boom.
Boom.
Yeah, like the Frankenstein one is kind of off. It's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just the D, particularly the D in Dracula. Just that font style just looks really nice.
Tyler, I feel like we've gotten to know each other pretty well during the stream, where I can say that you like the D.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Let's see here. We got movie collector saying, got a jet, had fun. Haley and Ed, great chat. Tyler's tapes, good luck to your work. You guys stay safe. Good night. Good night, movie collector.
Good night.
Where did you get the VCR player? Says Kevin.
Is that?
Well,
is that
go
for
ahead.
me, I guess.
You can answer it, and then we'll answer it.
Yeah, I get mine from thrift stores, just like Goodwill. I usually just go periodically and see if they have anything. Everybody that like I get a lot of comments that say like, "Oh, I'd love to buy one of these, but I just don't have a VCR." And I'm just like, yeah, you can go to a thrift store or a yard sale or like a Goodwill and get them. They're usually cheap, $5 to $10.
Yep.
Usually they work. I've had one experience where one of them didn't work, but other than that,
that's it.
And with them being that cheap, they're you can kind of take the chance of it maybe not working and then just finding another one.
Worst case scenario, you're out $5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got ours from my dad actually, and the funny thing is, it still has the customer service line number you can call. I've actually I've contemplated calling it. It's on the front. It says
the number you have dialed is in service.
Are you having trouble loading or not loading, but doing something with your tape? Call this number Monday through Thursday or something like that. So
yeah, I don't know how long your dad has had it, but he said he never used it.
Works great.
And yeah, brand new.
Hey, Gussie, sweet Gussie boy. Hey, FOS and Tyler.
Hello,
Oliver saying, not bad. Thanks. Just all busy, crazy as of late. I'm intrigued what's going to happen with Joker 2. I'm excited for Beetlejuice 2 as well.
Yeah.
Are you excited for Beetlejuice 2?
Yes, that is a film. That's another film I want to go back and rewatch right now. I think it, especially recently, I think it had to be TikTok. I saw some kind of TikTok clip that was it was obviously one of the funny. I can't remember the exact joke, but it was one of the scenes from the film, and it just made me want to go watch it. Yeah, I really enjoyed Beetlejuice. I actually didn't know they were making the second one though.
It's been
Now
in
that I
the
know
works
that,
for a while, but it
really,
was just confirmed. I think it was confirmed that Jenna Ortega was gonna play Lydia Dietz's daughter.
ooh,
And like, okay, personally, it's like I
Too
just feel
too much Ortega.
too much
you better
Ortega.
not. No, no, no. I love Jenna Ortega. She's so good. Like I loved her in You. I loved her in Scream, obviously. Like
X.
and Wednesday. Like so good.
Yep.
I mean,
And
She's definitely one of those stars. I will give you this. She's one of those stars where now that she's getting a lot more roles, she's getting a lot of roles. Like she's doing a lot. So she is one of those stars where now that she's getting that popularity, you're going to see a lot of her.
mhm.
I feel like I mean, you had like Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt were like the same thing. Once they were popular, they were doing a lot, and then they
Yeah.
kind of faded out.
Yeah. It's a rinse,
Rinse and repeat.
rinse and repeat
well,
kind of thing. I mean, I think that at some point there's going to be an oversaturation of her.
well,
And
I know with Tim Burton specifically, he like will pick like a handful of people and they're in everything of his. So I will imagine that. I mean,
going
considering,
forward,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It's I don't know how I feel about it. She was
Is
really good in X. I loved her in X.
Yeah. Is for Beetlejuice 2, is Michael Keaton coming back for that? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes, okay. I'm in. I'm sold. That's all you gotta tell me.
It is funny though. I was watching an Oliver. I know you watch Dave as well, Dave McRae. I feel like I say him in every stream now.
Yes, you do.
But he made a really good point about Beetlejuice too. He said never in the 25 years, whatever it is since the first one, never did I wake up and go, you know what I really want today? A Beetlejuice 2.
It's one of those things where you don't know you need it until you know that it's coming. And then you're like, I want it.
Yeah, literally the only thing keeping me like going forward, like actually caring about it is the fact that Michael Keaton's there. If they recasted Michael Keaton,
Mm,
I would have been like,
Yeah.
what? Huh?
I mean, because he is such an integral part of that movie.
yeah.
So if you remake it without him, it's just not going to work. I would say the same thing for like Blade Runner 2049. If Harrison Ford didn't come back for that film, I don't know how it would feel.
Or Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones.
On the Dial of Destiny. Oliver has Beetlejuice, The Mask, great film, and the first two Terminators, top 5 films right there, on VHS in good condition, I think is what you meant to say there.
Good.
Have we seen Scream 6 yet?
I have not.
We have not
I
either.
want to. But like I said before, I usually say I want to see something and just don't go.
Don't do it.
But I actually might see it tomorrow because tomorrow at the movie theater they're having a blood drive, and I was going to go do that. I was going to go donate blood, and then you get a free movie ticket from it. So I was going to go right from there to Scream and
I
watch
was
Scream
gonna
6.
say
That's the perfect time to go see a
blood
Yeah.
drive and Scream. Oddly poetic.
Yeah. Awesome. I'm personally Ortega'd out.
I can't help it, but every time I hear her name, I can't stop thinking of the sauce. Ortega. So I think you're taco sauced out, Nadia.
Leave
I think
Beetlejuice alone, Hollywood.
I think one of the things with her is obviously she looks very young, so they see that and like, oh, there's longevity there. We can use her in a lot of films for a while.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and everybody knows that in Hollywood, once you turn 30, you're basically dead.
And it's just a shame because I'm not into the Scream movies the way everyone else is, so I don't really ever plan on seeing. I haven't seen 5. Don't really plan on seeing 6.
I think Scream might have. I don't know for sure. If my mom's still here, she could probably tell us. But I think Scream might have been like the first franchise, like horror movie franchise that I had watched when I was a kid.
So you have an emotional attachment.
Yeah,
kinda
yeah.
thing.
And then on top of that, like I'm a very big fan of What? I'm a very, very big fan of the Scary Movie franchise as well, which
Oh
obviously
yeah,
they ripped off of Scream too. So,
yeah.
um,
Except
yeah,
for 5. Oof, Scary Movie 5.
Scary Movie 5, it's bad, but it's so bad that it's funny, I think.
God, and they did Ashley Tisdale dirty, man. They got Ashley Tisdale to do that, and I was like, oh sweet. I mean, you know,
Yeah,
Anna's out, Ashley's in. Okay,
yeah.
but man,
Is
that
is
movie.
is 5 the one I forget, is 5 the one where Charlie Sheen takes those pills and immediately, like, dives off the
That's
balcony?
4.
Is that 4? Okay,
That's 4.
couldn't
5
remember.
opens up though with Charlie Sheen in bed with Lindsay Lohan.
Yes, okay, I do remember that now. Yep, I remember that. That
So
was funny.
somehow they worked him back in because he's actually not playing the character from Scary Movie 3 or 4. He's just playing Charlie
It's
Sheen in
just
that one.
Charlie Sheen.
He's just Charlie Sheen in that one.
That in itself is a character. Uh,
But what I was gonna say is spoilers for X in case anyone hasn't seen X. Have you seen X?
I have.
Okay. That's the franchise I wish
Not.
Jenna.
No.
That's the franchise I wish Jenna would have continued on with, but unfortunately, she gets axed
Mhm.
in that movie. So, ugh, such a shame because I would like to see her. Like I thoroughly enjoyed her in that film. Like that's my
Mhm.
like I feel like everyone's seen Wednesday. I haven't seen Wednesday. Everyone's seen
What?
Scream. Haven't seen Scream. It's like I've seen X though. No one's talking about X.
I feel like
Stephen King.
that trilogy of movies, like I can like I'm just outing Maxine, even though it's not out yet. Would be good to have on VHS because they have
Oh
like they're
yeah.
set in the time that they're set in.
Have
Like
you done
Mhm.
those yet? X and Pearl?
No, but I have him on my list.
Okay.
like
Yeah.
those would be good.
Yeah, those are
Oh,
good.
that reminds me. Speaking about how we were saying, like Barbarian was one that you've seen multiple VHS creators make. X and Pearl are also in that
Oh really?
category. Yeah.
Yep. That is for
That I
sure.
didn't know.
That's for sure.
But I mean, and this is, I will say this too. That doesn't mean that you can't make it, because
Yeah.
everybody has their own style. Everyone's going to have their own cover.
Yeah. And
Right.
and at the end of the day, what you're doing, what they're doing, it's a business.
True.
Right?
True.
Like that's what it is. So you don't want to do Secret Window with Johnny Depp. It's just like,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Funny.
Like
The funny thing is, I actually saw that film come again. Don't know. I think it was maybe on Netflix that I saw it. I was like, "Oh, Johnny Depp." Googled it, saw that it wasn't great, and I'm like, "Oh man," because I really wanted to do one with
no,
Johnny Depp in it.
it's a good movie. It is it's adapted from Stephen King.
Hmm.
I like it. It got kind of
So
bad reviews.
in that sense, I might actually do it. That is the one thing I do try sometimes uh, to decide not based on simply the like reviews that it gets because everybody has their own taste. I
Yeah.
mean, like I've loved films that nobody else enjoyed, but then like you said, it is a business. I have to make sure that like if I put my time into it, it's gonna have some kind of return.
True.
But
Yeah. Adrian wants to know, is anyone excited for Evil Dead Rise?
mm,
Yeah.
I think so. I enjoyed the with the remake that they did.
Okay.
So
Yes, but the trailer is so goofy. It's so goofy.
Let's see here. Well, in a way,
Yeah.
Beetlejuice did end with some odd questions regarding Beetlejuice having a small head.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Yeah,
What's up with
Dave
that?
McRae is awesome. He is Oliver. I'm actually you might see him on this channel at some point because he has his new Indiegogo campaign starting here soon. So
and that just reminded me, speaking on the scary movie stuff, didn't they I think it was in Scary Movie 2, didn't they do something about Beetlejuice?
was
Didn't they
there
rip something?
was there from Beetlejuice?
I don't
Or
remember.
are you thinking of The Exorcist?
No, I
No.
swear I thought they did something where the one guy, Shorty, when he gets high all the time, he they cut his head open.
I think so.
That's right.
I think there was
so.
something.
Isn't it like a giant plant or something? Or is that a different movie that they're parodying with the giant plant
That's
that gets high with
I
him or
can't.
something?
no,
I
that
can't.
little
Oh,
shop.
yeah.
Or is that Little Shop they're parodying?
I think so.
I don't know. I don't know which one they're parodying with that one, but yeah, there's a scene, and then there's like a little guy in his head, and he's like, "This is your brain on drugs." I feel like they did something about Beetlejuice with that.
Beetlejuice 2 is just Beetlejuice himself just still waiting in the waiting room.
Mhm.
'Cause I think his number is like
That's
2 million or something.
That's such a funny scene.
Your mom's chiming in. Stephen King.
Stephen King. Okay.
Stephen King.
I don't remember.
And Laren really likes Secret Window. Yeah, Secret Window is underrated. I just used it as an example because it's underrated. So I don't see that as like a hot seller on the VHS market.
There was one that I did that was definitely underrated, and I can't remember what it was. I don't think it was The Nice Guys.
And actually, Secret Window might have a VHS. It came out in 2004.
This Saw
Right?
VHS?
2004 was still like they were making VHS. Yeah. It actually might have a VHS.
Let me see. Oh no, it does. That's what it was. It's not that I looked up the reviews, it's that I looked up that it had a VHS, and I was like, oh man.
Yep. Yep, that's a Beetlejuice cameo, Tyler. Interesting.
I know it's not like high in people's, most liked horror movies, but like considering that the first at least 2 or 3 Saw movies, Jigsaw, I thoroughly enjoy that. I would pick that up.
Yeah.
Hint, nudge me.
See, there's things like that where it's so you have Jigsaw, but then you also have the other rest of the franchise. But the issue with that for me personally is that that's a lot of work to do a whole series like that. That's so much to do.
That's why I say Jigsaw, not like Saw 6.
But then you get people that's like, well, then you got to do Saw the entire thing. So, but there's one thing that I want to work on is box sets. I am not very familiar with the structural integrity of box sets. So I'm trying to work with that, but it's a pain. Just like I said, to get into the space to figure out how to create the templates and stuff, but with a bigger box set, I have to figure that out. So it's going to take a while for me to get to that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I
have so many series that I want to do. I have so many friends. Like I have obviously the Creed one I want to eventually do.
That's a good one.
The Hobbit is one that I want to work on at some point. But again, it's just you need the box set to do something like that.
And I think Adrian's Babylon is a box set similar to the Titanic box set. That's the vibe.
2 tapes.
That's the vibe it gave me when I looked at it. I was like, this is like a homage to the Titanic set. I don't know if he's still watching.
Those are definitely very difficult to work on. It's a lot of trial and error.
Lost Boys. Have not seen the Lost Boys.
I remember I've been thinking this whole time what the first VHS I had was as a kid, and I'm almost I'm almost positive that it was some sort of VeggieTales VHS, and I remember it because that's like the only time I've only seen like a green VHS.
Yep.
Green
when
VHS tape.
When I picked up that order of like 500 tapes, I found some weird stuff in there. Like I found some Care Bear tapes. I found I think I found a VeggieTales tape.
I can't name a single other VHS.
And most likely it was the Joan of Arc one, right? Like the Jonah of Arc one.
Well, I didn't have Jonah. I had.
I'm just saying. I feel like that's the one he might have picked up. Yeah. That's like the most popular VeggieTales one.
I think that one's a clamshell.
It is a clamshell. Yep.
I think I got like a Thomas the Train one too. I got to go back through the stack and just see what's in there.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I know the Monsters Inc. one was blue.
Yeah,
100%. I vividly remember Aladdin and Tarzan clamshells. Like I remember those vividly.
Oh yeah, in the big batch of tapes I got, there's so many clamshells of Disney. Yep. I was like, all right, yeah.
Okay.
None of that we heard.
Yeah, like your audio exploded and then it like died and now it's back.
Okay. Yeah, when I got the massive amount of tapes, there was a lot of clamshells from Disney, and I was like, okay, yeah, cool. I can just use the I have no issue repurposing those because they're so mass produced.
Yeah. Well, look, dude, we've got an hour and a half. I think we're gonna wrap this sucker up. We're gonna put a nice little bow on it. So in case anyone is
Oh, like the
new,
gift, you know, I get what you're
yeah,
doing there. Yeah, I get
yes.
What's in the
In
box?
case anyone is new, like they didn't catch the opening of the stream, just really quickly, want to showcase this. This is the Barbarian VHS tape, which is, I think, the holy grail currently of what we have right now. And there is, oh, hold on, there we go. There's the tape right there. And we also got Willy's Wonderland, which is still available on Tyler's site, as well as the movie I need to check out all the way through, The Nice Guys. Haley really liked how you put her on the film reel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought that was creative.
Yeah, that took a little bit of time to get, but yeah, I had to put something in there with like a film reel because there's, like I said, there's so many funny scenes in that film, and there's so much storytelling through it. I had to find a way to get more photos on the back cover. So I
Yeah.
was like, all right, what makes sense? It's based in the 70s, film reel, yeah.
Yeah,
And that's
man.
kind of what it's. I don't think this really spoils anything, but there is a point of it's about a porn star who goes missing, and they're like releasing a tape. So it's like the film reel kind of
Yep.
fit in.
Yeah, I think I actually wanted to check that out after watching La La Land because like it sounds like you, like I just got addicted to Ryan Gosling
Yeah.
stuff.
As one does.
So I was like, oh, cool, The Nice Guys. And I think it's the fact it's like a black comedy, right? It's like dark humor.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think that threw me for a loop. And then I was just like, I don't know what this is. So I turned it off and I was like, ooh, Only God Forgives. So put that in there.
And whichever Ryan Gosling film works, you know, whichever one you're fancying.
Also, you know, another one I need to see is The Place Beyond the Pines.
Mm.
Have you
I
seen
still
that
haven't
one?
seen I haven't seen that one yet. I
Haven't
do
seen that
want
one?
to see that. There's another one. It's kind of like it's similar. I wouldn't no, maybe not. I was gonna say it's similar to Her with Joaquin Phoenix in a way, but there's Lars. He's in one called Lars and the Real Girl, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, I have that.
Yeah, it's just him and like a doll, and
A
it's just
blow up
hilarious.
doll. A blow
Yeah,
up doll. Yep.
it's a very funny film.
Yep.
It's one of
Hey.
his not necessarily early ones, but it's like early 2000s, I think,
Yeah.
before
We
he
got
really blew up.
Fritzky in here. What's going on, Fritzky? Yeah, I actually found that at a Dollar Tree. Because I still buy DVDs from time to
Mhm.
time. I found Lars and the Real Girl for $1.
Yeah.
So
That is a good one. I think it's an
Yep.
underrated one, honestly.
Yeah. And Mama Blu-ray. Hello, Mama Blu-ray.
Bonnie.
Tonight, though, you might have to be Mama VHS. Actually, know what? Sorry.
No, that's already taken. That's
Let
already
me reel
taken.
that back. Let me reel that one back.
Rewind.
My mom's gonna come for you now.
Let me show you who the real Mama VHS is right there.
Yeah.
Mama Blu-ray, you're still Mama Blu-ray.
I'll always be Mama Blu-ray.
But yes, let me pop this up real quick because until April 12th, 2023, use this code right here, fans of something. Fans of something.
Ove.
Yeah, I wanted to say fans owe something.
Ove.
And go to this website right here and shop around here. Look at this thing.
Shop to your heart's content.
This is 100% the next one I buy right here, man. So expect this one coming from me. So
Okay, all right.
that's all
I'll
I'm
get
gonna
it ready
say.
right now. I'll print it and I'll get it
Please
ready.
do. Sign it too while you're at it.
You think he's kidding?
No, I'm serious. Sign it.
Where would you want me to sign it?
Hold on, let me pull it up here. Not on the front.
No,
Are you
obviously.
sure not in that like space down there?
Let's do
I think it would look good on the
maybe like right here.
Okay, I could try to get that to work.
Can you see my mouse?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So like right in this like in this frame here, like maybe like right here on the seats.
Yeah, that's where I was thinking. Exactly where I was thinking. See, you could do this. You could already you could do all this. You don't need me to do it.
But he's got a crap ton on here. He's got a crap ton coming more.
Yeah.
Coming more.
I will say after the after April 12th, I probably will not be fully purging, but I will be taking some things off.
Okay.
I don't have an idea right now of which ones those are going to be. Probably the ones near the bottom, which are like
Ooh.
the Billie Eilish one and stuff like that.
Disturbia. That's a good one too, man.
Mhm.
Love Disturbia. Even with the Shia LaBeouf shit, I know Shia
Yeah,
LaBeouf.
no,
I know.
I still love Shia LaBeouf.
Yep. And dude, he was on. He did an episode of John Bernthal's podcast,
Hmm.
and you know, he kind of set the record straight. I know we
Yeah.
were talking to some people who were like, "Oh, he's done that before." Like, you know, he set the record straight, but whatever.
I mean,
art and
well,
artist, art and
yeah,
artist.
yep, gotta separate them, and I
Totally.
believe that too.
So, but that is the website. Link down below. Go check it out. Use fans of something code. Get 20% off the entire order. And we're going to wrap this thing up. We got Laren in here saying, what a fun evening it's been. Thank you, fans of something. See you soon. And thanks, Tyler. Keep up the good work over there.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, dude. It's awesome stuff, man. And I just want to get a confirmation here on the thing. Are you down to come back on the channel for like some other streams that have nothing
No,
to do
absolutely. This is the worst experience of my life. No, I'll definitely be back.
All right, sweet, dude. Yeah, because we got, you know, we're always doing streams on here. So I'm Digits. Ciao.
Ciao.
See you, Jeremy.
I'm sure he'll be back on TikTok when you're live.
Probably.
So yeah, chat room. Thank you for being with us tonight. Because without the chat, it's just it's two screens and that's it. So the chat is what keeps this thing moving, keeps that engine moving. And Tyler, we're gonna make you a full screen here. Just let everyone know where you want them to find you.
So I want to kind of push it over to Instagram. So wait, over this way, right here.
There you go.
Tyler's.tapes. Go over to the Instagram. That's where you'll get more of my personality. I usually post a lot of stories and stuff throughout the day, so that's where I'm trying to build my community. So you guys can see that there. I also post sneak peeks of any new releases that are coming out. Also, I'll do polls of like, you know, what do you guys want to see, or if I'm watching a particular movie, asking if you want to see that, or choosing one or the other. Well, you know, whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much it's all I got.
And also, before we wrap up, because remember you posted on your Instagram story. You said you got some feedback.
Yeah, that was the Bo Burnham one that I hadn't released because normally I wanted to say this because normally people do ask like what's your favorite one you haven't put out yet, and the truth is everything that I've made, most of them I've put out. There are some that I've done for commissions that I haven't put out, but pretty much everything that I've made I've put out there.
Okay.
So there's not many unreleased ones from me, honestly. Unfortunately, I might start doing that though.
Gotcha. All right, sweet, dude. All right, everybody. We will be back. I'm trying to think when our next one is. I don't have the thumbnail made, but let me just quickly say the date real quick. Next stream is looking to be the 20th. Oh, that's right. Yes, an evening with Ian Nathan, the author of. Do you want to grab that book right there? The author of this wonderful book on Tim Burton. He is going to be joining us. He's done a bunch of books on a bunch of different filmmakers, but this is the newest one we have in the collection. So Ian is going to be on back from that Terminator 2 watch along that we did. And that is going to be the 20th of this month. So that's the next stream. And we're going to be on James' 20th and 21st channel this Saturday night, talking about The Last of Us. Have you seen The Last of Us?
I have not. I've heard so many good things about it. I need to start watching it.
Yes, it is such a good series. So we'll be over there talking about that with James. So that's where you can find us, but just, you know, stay tuned on that community tab and we'll keep you informed. And Tyler, stick around. We're going to do a formal goodbye once the stream's over, but we're going to end it here, everybody. So we'll see you on the 20th, but we'll have a video before then. So we'll see you in that video. And until we talk to you then, keep being fans of Barbarian.